Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly WoW Wellness Wednesday with Solex. This is one of my favorite times of the week because we get to talk about everything Solex, particularly our advanced AO scan technology, which rocks my world and has been for almost 2 years now. So I am going to pull up our disclaimer. We welcome all of you here tonight. If someone has invited you here, someone just coming in that I don't recognize, so I'll wait and say it in a second. All right, welcome, welcome. If someone has invited you here tonight, make sure that you reach out to them after the call if you have questions. And I just cannot wait to hear all the amazing things that we're going to hear tonight. This has been almost 16 months that we've been doing this call every single week. And I can tell you, as someone who's been using this technology for almost 2 years, I am still learning new things every single week from the people that hop on these calls. So thank you for being here. Please pipe in anytime to share something, an experience, or a different way that you use the technology. We can even talk about our supplements or the other technologies, but the AO scanner is what really lights my passion. I want to pull up that disclaimer real quick. And just remind everyone that the AO scan technology and any Solex technology for that matter are not medical devices. The statements that we're sharing today have not been evaluated by the FDA, and none of our products are intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. We are dealing with information technology and nano supplementation. So, does anyone want to start us off with any kind of experience or testimony, anything with the AO scanner or any of our other products?
I'll go first. I'm in my basement filling nail holes, so I'll get this out of the way.
Well, thanks for joining us.
So we are getting ready to list our house, and I always believe when you're cleaning and purging, literally stuff comes up. So Saturday morning I got up and went to do my normal routine, and the kitchen sink wasn't going down. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I turned the garbage disposal on. It went down a little bit, but not much. And then I rinsed something and it still didn't go down. I'm like, that's weird. So I ran the garbage disposal more. All of a sudden it's coming up in the other sink and my feet are getting wet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we literally just finished the drywall in the basement. So I'm scrambling, throwing everything at it. Anyways, long story short, it's clogged up at the dishwasher drain out to the septic. So I'm like, okay, did what I could. Mike, I went to work, left him with a mess, came home, and he's like, I snaked it, I did this, I did that, nothing was working. So we're working on it, doing a couple different things. I'm like, I'm gonna use the scanner. Why not? What the heck, right? So I literally take a picture underneath the sink, and I put a description, garbage disposal drain, not draining, that was my subject. And then I went into the scanner and I went into quantum reach and I just hit scan. What came up? Inner peace. And I'm like, okay. So I literally ran inner peace for a bit before, and I was like, oh, I should have done energetic clear first, but no, I'm just going to go with inner peace. And as we're then putting water, like the suction cup water thing, instead of snaking it, all of a sudden it sounded different. Mike's like, I think it just broke loose. And I'm like, that's weird. And I look over at my phone. So my dad was a plumber and he worked for a gentleman named Jim Rundy. And he passed away from cancer, and I had helped him with some of the stuff when he was going through his cancer. So I looked over and I see friend request or something on Telegram. Jim Rundy in your contacts is on Telegram. And I'm like, this is freaky. So I text my dad. I'm like, it was Jim Rundy, right? Who I helped with when he was dealing with cancer. He's like, yeah, your boss had passed away. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, but and I had been on the phone with my dad all morning. I said, well, it's unclogged. I was running frequencies. and Jim Rundy came through to tell me, I guess it's all clear.
Oh
And
my,
I'm telling you, that's some crazy stuff. So then I did energetic clear and shield and ran that for a bit. And I then went back and did like an aerial view picture of our house on Google Maps. And I have been clearing and energetically clearing and shielding. And every once in a while, I'll do AO tune to see what comes up. But yeah, and yeah, I mean, is that not a crazy story?
that is crazy.
And they talk about signs. I call my dad now, he's like crying. He's like, what's the matter? I'm like, oh, I don't know. That was a sign from God that, yeah, it was working. So that's my
Wow.
crazy story.
That is crazy. How cool though.
So yeah,
Wow.
so be careful when you start clearing, stuff out.
I love the idea of taking an aerial view of your home
Your
because I have
property.
somebody right now that's saging and
Yeah,
I could be doing that, but I didn't think about it.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I can't believe that your clog just
I know. And Mike's
crazy.
been trying all morning. We tried two other times, and granted, I'm sure whatever we did helped, but I'm gonna say that the inner peace created inner peace.
You know, I am not really good about remembering to go into Cephi and scan for a frequency. So thank you
Yeah,
for sharing that as well.
yeah.
I just don't think about
Yeah,
it.
I was
Thank
just gonna
you.
do energetic clear, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna, just intuitively, I'm like, I'm gonna do quantum reach. So that's what came up. And I laughed. I'm like, okay, I need some inner peace.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, anyone else? Anything you can share with us? Any experiences or different things that you're doing with your scanner or anything else, Solex? Please just pipe in.
Well, I would like to say that my friend who got on, Joel, he was actually the one who told me about Solex in the beginning, in the conversation. So he hopped back on, and so he had uh, asked me if there was anything new going on with Solex. I was like, it's a bunch of stuff that's new.
Yes, there is. And there's some things coming up in June as well. And then September's our big event.
Hmm.
Lots of exciting things. How new, how new is he looking for?
Well, well, I know. I think he was aware of the voice scanner, of course.
Mind
And
sync.
so, yeah, he doesn't, well, he doesn't know what that means. So we're saying those things, but he doesn't know what those things are. I was hoping that I guess somebody could just show what it looks like.
So I actually would love to do a call. I'm planning on doing, maybe I can do one tomorrow night. I was going to do a team call next Thursday night with a little bit of training of just going through some of these scans. Um, so, and I've got to get my email ready. Tomorrow night might be a little too fast for some people, but I'm working on some training calls and to start doing some of those things.
Mhm.
So, yeah. This call, we kind of want to keep to testimonies, different experiences that people are having and how they're using their scanner. The AO tunes and the multicast are two newest things, and those have been talked about a lot the last 2 weeks because people are having such profound experiences. And I think there was a demo in one of those last two calls on those two features. So he can find those two recordings on those two things.
Right. I was trying to use the multicast, but I was still having some problems trying to get it to work.
Okay, what kind of problems? Before I
Uh,
get into that, can I
okay.
ask, because I really would love to hear testimonials and I'd really like to do a training call separate where we can go in and dive into these scans and how to use them. Can we do that?
Mhm.
Okay. I would love to hear from you all, how you've been using your scanner, what kind of experiences you maybe have been having, or maybe some different ways that you're doing it that maybe some of us aren't. Just like Tamara brought up a couple things that I just don't think about. Could be really helpful. Okay, Zoom user, can you tell us who you are here? It says you need to learn more. Who is this? I'm guessing they would love to hear from you all.
So was your question on how to use the multicast? Is that what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay, how I use it is before I got my list of my family of different multiple groups, but with my family, I go and clear everybody first after I pick the flower and type in. And I noticed that you mentioned, Dr. Sheila, that it changes colors and it changes as you're typing. It never did that for me until
No. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Until what?
oh, the bar changes to the high pitch, low, or I can't remember, sharp and stuff, but it does not do it when you're copy and pasting. And that's exactly what I was doing. So I backed up with copying and pasting and just started typing in, and it changed colors. But once I got all that set, I go through and clear for the 2 minutes. And then I go back in there, and as I pick their frequency to run, I delete the clear and then run their frequency. And if you
Yeah.
click on the bar, the colored bar with the frequency letter on it, that allows it to run the 1 hour, 2 hours, half hour, whatever it may be, longer than the 5 minutes. That's how I do it.
Yeah, if you click the bar, it's continuous play. Yeah.
But we seem to get quite a bit benefits, especially my mom who has Alzheimer's.
Yeah. How are you using it with her?
I have well, same concept in the group, and even when I do it individually. But I use there was an Alzheimer's playlist in the group quite a few months ago, and I haven't seen a newer one, so I just played that one and then play her tones for about half an hour to an hour. And
So are you scanning for her flower and then putting in an affirmation and then selecting the Alzheimer's playlist?
correct, after I clear.
Yeah.
And then
Perfect.
remove like today, we struggle with showers. So today, on top of the Alzheimer's playlist, because you're able to pick more than one, I use the emergency Bach, no, not the Bach flowers. Which one is it? Australian flowers. So I played that list, and after about an hour or so, I had no issue getting her in the shower to take a shower.
Wow.
That is the biggest challenge. Well, one of the biggest challenges we have. I would love to have a playlist to help with bad habits that she's accumulated over this journey of Alzheimer's world, to help get that under control.
I have a playlist that's for developing healthy habits, but it may not be anything related to what you're talking about with the bad habits.
Well, let's just say she's picked up spitting everywhere, like literally everywhere.
Yeah,
So
goodness.
at night, it's just, that is my struggle. The shower, finally got that one under control. Now it's just
That's great. Wow. So anybody that has any ideas about that, please share those with Tina. Nothing was coming to my mind there, but my wheels are spinning.
I appreciate it.
Oh, goodness. I
And Jeff
love
had a
that we
question.
have this support too, where we can help each other out.
Jeff wanted to know, is there any testimonials pertaining Parkinson's?
Does anyone on the call have any Parkinson's testimonials. I don't have any personally. I know that I have heard people sharing them in the Solex group about, I know we've got a couple of playlists, and some people have mentioned that they have had some good results with calming. Again, I would do heavy metal detoxing.
So start with heavy metal detox.
Yes.
Is that associated with Parkinson's?
Clean the brain out. Yeah. All right, guys, we've only got about 8 minutes. Does anybody have anything to share with us? Whether something you've done with yourself, something you've noticed, maybe a family member, or a friend, or an experience maybe in sharing the technology. Anything, we'd love to hear it.
Well, I'm the Zoom user that said I needed more information, but
Great.
I'm very like new. And I wondered always, like, I'm running all these scans on me and people, but am I getting all their junk? And like, what is the clearing? What is the shield? And when I do the multi casting, I don't see a place to even run a clearing or a shield. It's just all the names pop up, and then you have to select the flower and then scan the flower, but I don't know where you shield it. So
yeah, so I personally go into quick scan and do my own clearing when I remember. I'm really bad about that too. I'm telling you, there's just a lot to remember. Tina, when you're doing a group, how are you doing it?
I create I create only the word clearing as a playlist.
Okay.
And the shield only as a playlist.
That's
so
great.
In the beginning, I had clear shield, but I think it was a couple of weeks ago, one of the Zooms, it's like, no, start with one and then end with the other. So then I separated them.
That's how I like to do it. But that's genius. That's a shortcut step. So create that playlist, clear, and I'll tell you, you do want to clear because I run scans, and if I'm not clearing myself, I am picking up, one of my kids is going through a lot of stuff, and it never fails. My scans look just like hers, and I'm like, this is not me. I got to clear that energy off of me. So make sure you're clearing yourself because you pick up other people's stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about.
Yeah.
And you do that in the quick scan, just clearing and then shield, like every time?
Yeah, when I remember. Or in the Cephis, in the playlist, in Quantum Reach, is it Quantum Reach, right? You've got energetic clearing, and you can select that as you can make a playlist with just that frequency, and then you can go make another playlist with energetic shielding that you can do afterwards.
Clear and shield. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then don't forget the erase button. Erases things that shouldn't be attached to us or the things that we're working with.
Another one you can add to the to your playlist would be just love, or what is it, love and confidence or something like that. So when I do my group of family, the little ones, like my 3-year-old granddaughter and my 7-month-old grandson, them I run after I clear them, I run the emergency Australian flower list, and then I do the love. But that I only run for maybe 30 minutes. I don't run theirs very long.
That's fantastic. That's a great grandmother.
Gotta get everybody.
Oh, I know. So many people to remember.
I actually also added both my dogs as their own person and added them to my group list, my family list.
Fantastic. I need to add my glam pups. So many people and animals. Well, kids, we've only got 4 more minutes. Does anybody have anything else to share with us? We would really love to hear from you. It's just so exciting, and it just helps us so much to hear from each other.
Hello, Dr. Sheila.
Hello, Dorothy.
Hello, everyone. I am just saying hello. I am learning and am expressing my great gratitude to Shara Danielle, who you all know very well. So thankful that she introduced me to Soleil and how just for the short time that I have been using the system. I'm learning, hearing you all talking about the various steps that one can take to activate the various protocols that well, I should say modalities that can help benefit. Yet the little that I have done with the Easy Scan, I think I did tap into Cephi. I run the frequencies. It does help, and I can give the short testimony in that once I began to use it, I noticed how my levels, be it blood pressure, triglycerides, all of those things that one can have challenges with, went to the doctor, had a short physical, a brief physical, but yet looking at the numbers, the doctor was amazed. And so I will say I'm grateful again to Shara Danielle. I'm grateful for having been introduced to Soleil and am excited about learning more how it can best benefit me going forward. So I'm pleased to hear the various testimonies and am interested in learning how to really utilize the frequencies.
Oh, thank you so much for that. And welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited to have you here with us.
Thank you for the welcome.
So I will be getting back on track with, I don't know that I'm going to do weekly team calls. I'm still working that out. Life just got really crazy for a few months, and I'm getting ready to leave the country for a few weeks for a retreat that is very much needed so that I can have a reset. But I have a VA working on a website for our team where everything will be in one location. It will not cost anybody anything, but everything will be there to access, from onboarding to trainings to replays to our calendar, everything under the sun. And I am asking for collaboration because everyone here has greatness inside, and we would love for you to share it with us. So I'm asking your particular talents, gifts, unique things. We want you to share it with the team, because just like this call, this just helps everybody. And that's what we want to ripple effect outside of us to reach the rest of the world. So we will be having another mastermind call next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Central Time. I will send out an email for that. Anyone that wants to be part of the mastermind, I welcome that, because one person doesn't do great. Like if you just had a body with a hand, it wouldn't do much. It takes the whole body to make the whole. And anyway, I appreciate you all. I appreciate Lauren and Solex. We are so grateful and blessed. And I cannot wait to see what they're getting ready to share with us tonight. Thank you guys for coming tonight. And I cannot wait to see your amazing faces next week. Mwah.
Have a good evening.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.